Welcome to Dad's just me.
We're just gonna let you go.
Adventurous.
Adventurous.
Guess what? New season. Who dis?
Me. It's me. It's the mom.
The mom's back.
I'm here too.
The daughter's back contractually.
Aw.
And the dad is here forcibly.
Forever DM.
The forever DM. Welcome to a wonderful new season, everybody. Are you guys so excited?
I am.
You guys know what's happening, but the people don't know yet.
No.
I've got my character on lock.
That's good stuff. We are going to jump into it here in a little bit. This is campaign 5. Like, technically, I know some of them have been a little short and we've done one-shots, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
We got a lot done.
Yeah. You're old now, daughter?
My back.
I'm older. It's great.
The mom has stayed the same
Yeah,
age
Mom
throughout
is
this entire
a
month.
vampire. Unfortunately for the rest of us, she will be ageless.
That's a nice thought.
Yeah. Your back probably also says otherwise.
My back.
You guys don't know this, but we just record crouched over a pit. I don't know why.
A pit? What is this?
A microphone pit. No, I'm joking. All right. I don't really have any announcements other than I'm very excited for the season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, are you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
Dice, rolls, dragons, trolls.
Adventurous.
The realm of Bloomhaven. Cue twinkling sounds of the forest, chirping birds, pollen. I guess you can't hear pollen, but you can see pollen sparkling in the sunlight, drifting down in the soft breeze, leaves flying by. And we find ourselves at the canopy of this forest. The forest, a beautiful sunny day. Bloomhaven is somewhere in this forest down below, but the forest itself, we start to descend through the leaves. And what do we see first of all? Flap of wings, the glint of a beak sparkling in the sunlight, and a great army of birds. Thrushes, swallows, I think. Whatever eats bugs. That becomes important later. I should have
Woodpeckers?
done a little bit more scientific research to the specific birds.
What about woodpeckers?
Woodpeckers are there too.
Yeah.
I know thrushes, that was the one because it's part of my thing, but that's it. We descend through the trees, but the birds, they have no bugs. They can't find bugs. They have to eat other stuff, like whatever else they might eat, because the bugs are nowhere to be seen. We descend through the trees and down through into the darker parts of the forest, where the sunlight doesn't hit as much. We catch another glint, catching the light. This time, the webs. Spider webs. Many spider webs. Cast underneath the canopy of this tree. Almost like a net, almost like a protection aura. As we go through the spider webs, we don't see spiders themselves, but we see the webs. We enter into this beautiful, wonderful realm, and the first thing you see is this tall foxglove tower. So the purple flowers cascading down the edges of this foxglove tower, and we see pixies flying around, up high. Their magical pixie dust raining magic down onto this forest floor. As we descend down Foxglove Tower, we start to see bumblebees, we see flies, we see even friendly neighborhood mosquitoes and things of that nature. Ants crawling down the tree trunks, heading down to a beautiful city of Bloomhaven. Yes. And as we follow the pixies flying down on the forest floor, we see things like beetles and leafhoppers and snails, and we see what other bugs exist. We see
Roaches
roly-polies and roaches, and we see lots of interesting things. Now, the cool part about Bloomhaven is these are not your normal bugs. Long ago, pixie magic and bug nature collided, meshed together. And so the people of Bloomhaven are infected with the beauties of pixie magic. So some of the pixies have bug heads, and some of the bugs have pixie wings, and some of the bugs have arms, and they are carrying things, and they are walking around, and they're living this beautiful life. You see beetles carrying little sticks around to build houses. You see ants with giant leaves atop their heads, but they also have pixie wings, and they're flying around and placing rooftops on these things. And we start getting a little sense of what Bloomhaven is, this world of bugs and pixie magic. Are you guys excited?
I'm so excited.
I can tell you practice that exposition, and that's
I
great.
didn't.
Well,
I
you
just
thought
wrote
about
bullet points down. And so we zoom past Foxglove Tower. Deep inside Foxglove Tower, we see a royal couple, a pixie and a snail king. They are in love. They're holding each other's hands. They're staring into each other's eyes, as they do every morning for the many seasons. They have been a staple royal couple here for a long time. And we pass through them down, and we find ourselves near the base of Foxglove Tower. There's almost like a fort. There is stones that have been piled up in such a way, glued together with weird bug goo that sticks things together. Nectar, we'll say nectar. The nectar of trees, the sap of trees.
The bees have helped with this.
The bees help, of course. And inside this fort is a large courtyard area. And as we follow into the courtyard area, we immediately see, is that wings? Is that a flap of something? Crossing over the courtyard one direction, crossing over the courtyard the other direction. If you were not familiar with this, you'd think, oh no, the birds, they've broken through. They're attacking. But no.
These are not birds.
These are the training dummies of an elite fighting force. A very, very special offshoot of Kingsguard, known as the Snailerai. Snailerai? It's hard to say. Snailerai.
Snailerai.
And as we see these flying dummies going over, we see the pitched combat of a group of young snails. And as we enter into this courtyard, we see these snails. They all have these long swords. Some are just holding sticks, things like that, and they are battling, and they are fighting against these flying dummies. Daughter, can you please roll initiative?
Me? Oh, okay. That is that's a 12.
12. With a 12, we find that a bird dummy is flying down towards one of your recruits.
Oh.
Who do we see in this moment that needs to yell at this recruit to get out of the way? And I'm going to roll to see if the bird gets there first or your words get there first.
Okay.
Do I just describe your character and what we're seeing right now?
Yes. So overseeing this courtyard and these young fighting snails that are sparring with each other and these bird dummies.
Yeah, they're on like pulleys and ropes and they're swinging in and you can see a ring around the top of the fort of some various creatures like grasshoppers that are pulling these pulleys and making the birds attack these snails underneath.
Our tech team is very practiced in this. And you see a middle-sized adult snail with a green spiral shell with red stripes and a straw hat, woven grass hat strapped to the top of his head.
And it is the...
It is
wide-brimmed style.
Yes, a wide-brimmed style, almost sun hat-esque, but not quite, with a long grass blade worn in a harness on the side of his shell. And he watches these young recruits as an overseer. What initiative did you roll?
So unfortunately, you look forward and you see a promising young recruit by the name of Billy Bobby.
Billy Bobby.
Thank you to one of our user submitters for that one.
We've had a lot of good name submissions for this campaign.
So, Billy Bobby, who he's been promising, he's learning the ways as best he can, but Billy Bobby's always been a little bit slow on the uptake for especially things coming from above. He's good at ground level, but he's really bad at paying attention to things above. People don't look up. This
No.
is a real thing. And Billy Bobby is in the midst of a pitched duel against one of his classmates, but unfortunately a bird is about to swipe down, and they have these like sticky legs so that they can grab the snails as if a real bird might. So these legs are coming down sticky, and it looks like Billy Bobby's about to get hit. Unfortunately for you, I rolled a 14.
Oh no.
So
I go to shout.
Yeah, the two sticky things do attach to Billy Bobby's shell, and he is picked up. What do you shout to young Billy Bobby in this training moment?
Billy Bobby, pay attention now. Use your talent escape training. Focus, tuck and roll.
You see Billy Bobby take a deep breath. We'll see. I'm just going to roll something for Billy Bobby. That's a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Billy Bobby immediately forgets what he's supposed to do. He tries to tuck inside of his shell, and then he just stays there. And he is attached to the bird for the rest of training.
Well, that is one way of defending yourself, I suppose. I would wait until the end of this training session to rescue him from the clutches of our tech team.
Wonderful. We'll say that as this pitched combat starts to come to the end here, everybody starts gathering up, the young recruits as they do, and they look to their master-at-arms, their trainer. What is your name and who are you?
I am Polly the Mighty. I am an experienced snailerai. Not necessarily old, but I have a lot of time in the field and have gone on many expeditions along with the rest of the snailerai. I stand... I guess snails don't stand. I don't know. I exist in front of this lineup of recruits for the way of the spiral shell.
We'll say that some of them start to, like, the tech team lowers one of the birds and they start to detach Billy Bobby.
Yeah.
Who eventually unfurls himself with a look of snail regret on his face, as only a snail can do.
There's a whole lot of panting going around.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's exhausted.
I motion Billy Bobby over to the rest of the crowd.
Oh, I thought you meant to the front of the class. That's
no.
brutal. Okay, so he joins in. Sorry, teacher.
We'll work on it next time, Billy Bobby. For now, just remember to look up.
Yes, remember to look up. And I think at this point, we all of the kids look together at you and they say, "That's right. What's the mantra, everybody? The way of the spiral shell." And all the kids at once yell, "Slow is smooth, smooth is fast." And they all sheathe their weapons and they gather up. One of the little ones, we'll say Billy Bobby because I don't want to name all of them. Billy Bobby says, Polly?
Yes, Billy Bobby?
Polly, can you show us the grass blade again for motivation?
Very well. Remember, young recruits, I say as I draw my, one of those saw-edged grasses, that if you rub your finger the wrong way, it'll give you a really bad grass cut. Mm-hmm. I draw a blade made out of this serrated grass from the harness at the side of my shell. Remember, young recruits, one day you may get one of these yourselves, but for now you must work hard and stay strong, and through your actions and through your honor, you will one day may even surpass me. And I hold out the grass blade.
And this is a pixie magic infused grass blade. Not everybody gets these things. They are rigidly strong. They actually are alive in a way. They grow. They grow to always match your prowess in battle. Mm-hmm. Some people will have short grass blades. Some will have long ones. Polly's is two-handed, right?
Yes, I have a two-handed grass blade, probably about the length of a long sword. I'm not sure how long the sword I base these off of is, but it's a long two-handed green grass blade.
And all the kids are going, ooh, ah, so cool. Can you tell us how you got it again? what did you do? And then another kid's like, yeah, tell us about King Toad. And other one's like, oh, I heard about Old Man Croak. And they're all just chatting and chatting and chatting. Go ahead.
I was just going to, I put the grass blade away and I kind of hold up my little tendril arms and say, all right. I'd like to check the sun. What time is it?
Check the sun?
Yeah.
It's midday.
It's midday. Okay. Do I think I have, I would think I'd have time to tell these children.
Yeah, and I think in the history of Polly the Mighty, would Polly have really shared the story in a way like this? Or is this like people know of the tale and they're trying to get you to tell it?
People know of the tale and they're trying to get me to tell it. Only those who were involved or the king and queen who I debriefed on the situation would fully know what had happened. I'm not one to boast.
Okay. We'll say that as you kind of set up and all the kids get hushed quiet, they think you're about to tell them. You are just about to start and you hear the sounds of grass trumpets. Is that a word?
Wait, it's
bugles?
like the little like grass whistles?
Yeah. Yeah, little grass whistles. And all the kids are like, oh. And then all of a sudden, as you are standing there in front of all these recruits, the doors to the fort open up.
I stand straight.
And in rushes another amount of these Gastro Squad. Again, these are the elite Snailerai who have been picked to defend the king and queen. They are the royal bodyguards, the Gastro Squad.
Mm-hmm.
You had been a potential candidate to becoming a Gastro Squad member, but when your famous story tale thing happened, the king himself promoted you to the man-at-arms, the trainer, a pristine master of the Snailerai way of the spiral shell.
I salute them as they go by.
They salute you, they give you the nod, and this, of course, means that entering right behind them are the king and queen themselves.
Oh.
A snail scooching his way in. I don't know how to best to say scooching. Scooches in, wearing the royal garb of the king. He's got a crown upon his head. He also has a grass blade at his side, because this is, of course, King Bulin, the original Snailerai. The story will come to play later, but we all know that King Bulin is, of course, a master warrior. However, he is quite old now. He is getting up there in his years. Next to him, a beautiful pixie queen, Sparklewing. She is wearing a flower dress. She is just emitting these kind of soft gold sparkles always, everywhere. And they
hence her name.
Yep, and they walk in hand. And she immediately starts flitting around and going up to the grasshoppers and talking to them about their tech devices and everything. And the king comes to you, and he says, yes, very important to pay attention to your master-at-arms. Young squad members. And King Bulin comes over to stand next to you.
Thank you, Your Majesty, for being here today. Our recruits have done well.
Even Billy Bobby. Just kidding, Billy. He's my nephew. I'm sure he's the best.
I say, yes, he performed as expected.
Nice. And we'll say one of your cohort people comes over and tells all the kids all right, everybody get out of here. And all the kids go run off and start training in the back. The king comes to you now. Polly, I must speak to you privately.
Of course.
Yes. Come this way. And you shift over to the side.
Yeah. I just scooch over along with them to the side.
You guys scooch. Again, these snails moving so slowly. That's one thing about snails, is that they are always moving slowly. Yeah. And slow is smooth, smooth is fast is the mantra of the Snailerai. The king comes over and he says, now, Polly, I must speak with you because I have had a recent visitor from the Beetle Kingdom. And the Beetle King says that they have had an increase in thrush activity. They have been coming through into the forest and causing problems. They, of course, do not have the protections we have. But
unfortunately,
I wanted you to let your patrol mates know so that you can relay that information.
I will. Are you sending out a squadron to assess the situation, or?
We will, of course, but not today. Tonight is the ritual of moats, of course. We have many
Yes.
celebrations to get to. I don't know if you remember, but today is in fact the first day of the Golden Spring.
Yes.
Yes, it is. So we are here to honor that today. We have a big celebration. And so...
Polly had definitely been too focused in training the recruits to remember that today was the first day of the Golden Spring, so...
Yeah, you hear all the recruits start being like, Golden Spring, oh no, we have to get ready for the festival.
I just side-eye them from across the courtyard and just say, or just think to myself, well, I'm glad they forgot to.
And, of course, it's a special spring, the Golden Spring. Every 12 seasons, the new drop must be delivered to Mama Tula. And everybody gets hushed quiet. Mama Tula, of course, being an ancient being of the forest, a tarantula. But we'll hear more about that later. King Bulin says, and so we will send the patrol, and I'm sure you will do those patrols justice as the snail at arms. How's that grass blade treating you?
It has been quite useful, Your Majesty. I have appreciated the gift. The recruits asked to see it today, as eager for their future as always, but...
Well, everyone can look forward to one day becoming like Polly the Mighty. And
I would look forward to becoming more like you, Your Highness.
Wow, the honor is all mine. Sparkle, dear! And Sparklewing perks up and she flies down from the upper rafters and she's like, yes, King, of course. Polly, this is yours. And she pulls out from her cloak, from her royal garments, a moat, a pollen moat.
Oh.
And she hands it to you. And
I take it in my little tendril arms.
Have remembered the day, but you of course know what this is, the ritual of the moats, because any capable adventurer, warrior, priest, cleric, sorcerer, whatever in these lands has the potential to be picked for this Acorn Accord, this important historical event that involves Mama Tula and the Golden Spring, and there's a chance that you might be picked. So she hands you the moat and she says, there you go, Polly.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yes. And we'll see you tonight. And she runs over and sprinkles pixie dust on all of the recruits, and they all start floating around. And they're all like, ah!
The snails just
snails.
just above
Billy
the ground.
Bobby just sucks up into his shell again. I don't even know if snails can do that, but I think they can, right?
What? Suck into their shells?
Can they
Yeah.
fully get in?
Depends on the type.
We'll say
Most
they can.
can.
Yeah. And he hands you the moat, and King Bulin says, yes, make sure you keep that safe, and we will see you tonight at the ceremony. Recruits, keep up the good work. Billy Bobby, nicely done.
As he's just hiding in his shell.
Shell.
I say, of course, Your Majesty. And I turn back to the recruits. When the king and queen leave, are they still floating around?
Yeah. Oh, the recruits. Yeah. We'll say that the king and queen depart. As they depart, you see that members of the Gastro Squad also have these moats already. Mm-hmm. Some of your fellow teachers, assistant teachers here in the fort have also received moats. Lots of people receive these. Hundreds of people will receive these, and 2 will be chosen.
Yes.
They depart, and the recruits are still floating around above the area.
I kind of haven't gotten one of these moats before.
Yep.
How exactly
I think
store
this is,
this? Does it just,
every
float?
12 seasons, we've already established that Polly is not young, is not new to this. We'll say this is probably your second time receiving one of these moats.
Yes.
And you were not picked for the last Golden Spring ceremony.
I leave the moat to float in one of my, well, not hands, I don't have hands, but into along one of my tendrils, and I scooch over to some of the recruits that are flying, and I would like to pick up a stick from one of the training weapons racks around this courtyard, and I move over to some of the recruits who look like they're actually struggling with this and hold up a stick and say, "Here, grab on."
The little tendrils reach out and grab, and you help pull them back down. We'll say you're able to pull them down from the pixie cloud. The recruits, all excited about the festival, head home, and you find yourself with a moment of peace and quiet here in this fort, this moat and grass blade next to you. Is there anything else you wish to do or say before we move on?
I think Polly takes a second to go over to a shady area next to one of these stone walls, and I take a moment to sit and breathe in the clean spring air, and I would take a moment to compose a haiku.
Okay. Are you going to take a moment to really compose a haiku?
I did have a list. Believe Polly takes a second. And I...
Here, wait.
What?
Set the scene first.
Okay.
What does snail meditation look like?
What does snail meditation look like?
Snailer eye, specifically.
Snailer eye. I take a second to sit in this shade, in this grassy patch. I don't go into my shell, but I kind of just goop down into a less ready position, the snail equivalent, the snail equivalent of sitting.
Okay.
And I close my eyes, and you just see a still Polly, almost frozen as the wind blows over. My hat, maybe I take off my hat and set it down next to me. And then I would like to pull out from a bag strapped to my shell a piece of leaf that I use to write and some ink. And I would like to write on the leaf, spiral shells shimmer while grass blades swish in rhythm. We all stand as one. That is a haiku for anybody who would like to check. And
wow, that was beautiful.
And I roll up the leaf once it has dried, and I stick it back in my bag, where a collection of haikus sits, as always. And I would like to don my hat once more and set off.
As you set off outside the fort, tonight will be the ritual, but you have other things to attend to. Mm-hmm. We zoom past Polly, through the city. We find ourselves weaving past Foxglove Tower. We go past little burrows where little creatures are coming out from the ground. We have a honeycomb, beehive that we swing by. And then we find ourselves to this kind of dirtier part of the city. Not dirtier as in gross, but dirtier as in earthier. Mm-hmm. There's roots coming out of the ground. There's mud everywhere. There's soil and everything. And as we zoom through, we find ourselves in this kind of courtyard. There's a little puddle nearby, which could be a lake for you guys. Mm-hmm. And near this puddle is a very wilted flower. This flower is arched over. It's lost a few petals. And surrounding the flower is a field of dozens of cockroaches. The cockroaches are all standing there stoically, their wings clattering together. There seems to be a ritual happening. They all have these sort of stick staves. And as we were looking through this field of cockroaches, all the same, all looking towards this flower, all clattering together, a soft hum in the air, very much like a ritual is happening. We get to the front where this flower is, and there's a particularly elderly-looking cockroach standing next to a particularly vibrant and colorful mantis. The mom, would you like to describe what they see as we see this one cockroach standing in front of the rest of the crowd near you in a sort of mentor-like way?
So you see a kind of bluish-green mantis that has kind of a wider diamond-shaped sort of head with these big, long wings that she's kind of fidgeting with. There's lots of little flapping out, and you see a bright flash of pink, and then she tucks them back in and just follows along with the rhythm of what the cockroaches are doing. She's wearing kind of a beaded sort of net top that has lots of little clacky beads on it that she is kind of she's got her kind of shoulders bobbing back and forth so that that net top that she's wearing kind of goes click, clack, click, clack, along with the rhythm of the cockroach's wings as they're doing things. And she's very focused. She's paying attention to what this elder is doing, but following along. And she's just got a lot more movement going to her than anybody else that's part of this ritual.
So true. The cockroach elder woman by the name of thank you user submitted Henrietta Applehum.
Oh, wow.
Henrietta, your mentor, your mother almost somewhat, but so are all these other dozens of cockroaches. This is not a family so much as a
cloister.
Cloister, yeah, like a
found
family,
home.
found home. You have been, of course, raised within this grave cleric community. This is something that has been around forever. The mantis cleric is a unique one because the rest are all cockroaches. There's not a single other bug amongst them. However, your click-clacking beads flowing in a similar way. You have done this before. Henrietta is, of course, standing there in front of the flower, and she's this elderly lady, and she says, "Now, old Madam Flower has been here for many, many seasons, but she has, of course, come to the end of her time, and it is time for us to help ease her with this passing." And all the cockroaches are clattering and humming together.
You hear like the staves just go thump thump as they're like kind of following this sort of ritual talk about how things have been changing into how things are going to be. Like it's just that recognition, thump thump, everybody together. And Romy, she's up there too, and she doesn't have a staff herself, but she stomps her little foot along with the same pattern. So she's doing things in her own way, but following the ritual.
Okay, I like this. And this is, of course, your group here is often known as the Order of the Last Leaf.
Oh.
You are balance your nature. You understand that there needs to be life and death, and for death to happen, new things can come. And this is the point of the clerics here and the way they go. And Henrietta starts speaking to that nature. Old Madam Flower has been a staple in front of this pond now. My grandmother, of course, planted her. And so on and so forth. The children have been able to see her, but as her pollen falls and the last of her petals will touch the ground, it will make way for something new. Now, Romy, she turns to you. And she says, "Romy, of course, it is your turn to ease the passing of old Madam Flower and to show us your skills in the art of this role, this beyond healing, this caring for the last leaf, as it were. And so we leave it to you." And she steps back, and all the cockroaches start to gather around the flower in a circle, and you at the center with this flower and this soft clattering hum and the rhythmic thump of the sticks against mud as they all start to watch and pay attention and see what it is that you do. What would you like to do? I'm leaving this to you.
So, Romy just immediately goes into this. She's prepared. She knows she's been doing things similar, but she's got that shoulder rhythm. She's kind of bobbing back and forth, having those beads clack, clack. But all of the staves, all of the movement from the cockroaches around her is very, very stoic, very kind of stable. They have that rhythm. They have their wings fluttering, but they're not really moving. And you see Romy instead, her wings flare out into this big, like rounded style of cape. She just starts spinning. Lots of spinning around and around this flower. She gets a little bit of a hum going on. It's very cheerful, just kind of like and but those beads still clack, 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 keeping the rhythm while she's spinning around and collecting, scooping up whatever remaining last pollen things that catches in the side of her cape. So she's able to collect it in those spin arounds as she's circling this flower on its last breaths.
And as you are sitting there and the flower starts to wilt a little bit more, starts to bend down and start to touch the ground, you start to feel that there's almost like a buzzing in your head. This sound of like a mosquito buzzing in your ear, a creature buzzing in the side, just on one side. And it keeps catching you, and it keeps catching you. It's almost like it's a distraction. Can you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
Wisdom saving throw. Ooh. Oh, a 19.
A 19.
Nice.
You're focused. The words of Henrietta coming into your mind as you sit there and think about it. Calm is not the absence of excitement. Calm can be through you, even in exciting moments. And her words ringing into your mind. As you are dancing around, collecting pollen, collecting all these things, you hear one of the sticks is thumping out of beat. Thumping out of beat.
No.
Continually thumping out of beat. And can you make a concentration check for me?
Go to the right page.
You gotta remember how to use it.
15.
15.
Nice.
Okay. You are able to go. Henrietta's voice coming into your head again. Calm, choosing where to place that calm. You are casting your skills into this flower, and as it finally descends to the ground, fully touching it, the cockroaches all finish up this thing, and everything comes back to normal. They all do one last thud in the ground, and you watch as this flower just completely decomposes. It just goes from this thing that was alive a moment ago to decomposition, and as it sinks down into the soil, you see the smallest little tiny sproutling of life come back up, and all of the cockroaches clatter their wings together, kind of in excitement, kind of in like celebratory, and you hear that Henrietta steps forward again. It's, well done, Romy, well done. You have exceeded expectations, even with my little distractions.
I take a deep breath and I say, I felt it was you.
Yep. Just remember, though, you don't always have to dance. You don't always have to put on a show. The magic will work regardless. But nonetheless, you have completed the task, and we are all very proud of you, aren't we? And the Order of the Last Leaf clatter their wings together for Romy. Even though you've done this ritual before, even though this is not your first rodeo, as it were, you have done many things. There's always these people that are more skilled than you here. There are always going to be the Henriettas of the world that all want to impart their advice and training onto you.
I think even like the advice of you don't always have to dance, that doesn't even tickle Romy's brain. That's just a listening, accepting, it rolls right off everything, because hey, it was a very successful
It worked, and you did not get
ceremony.
distracted.
Here I am. I've got a collection of whatever remaining pollen is still captured kind of in my wings as like a little wing cup right now. And so I'm just, it's like, yes.
You did it.
You did it.
The Order of the Last Leaf starts to get down on their little cockroachy bodies and skitter away, and soon it is just you and Henrietta here. And Henrietta says, well done, Romy, well done. Now, I must tell you that this is something that has not happened to you before, but tonight is a very special night. The Ritual of Moats, of course. You have heard of it. You know what this is. But this is your first one, I've been told. I don't think you had a moat last time, did you not?
My a little head perks up from I had been scooping the pollen off of my wings to kind of collect it into a little like jar instead.
Yeah.
And I like go from focusing on that to suddenly looking at Henrietta like, wait, what?
Well, you are of age and skill and prowess in your magics that it is now time to be one of the submitted for the ritual. And she reaches into her winged back cloak area and pulls forth this mote of pollen once more. And she says, this is yours. Its twin will be at the ceremony. There's a chance you are chosen, of course. I am too old. I have done my ritual many, many years ago, my journey, but it is now your turn.
Oh, Henrietta, you'd never be too old. And then I take
chuckles.
I take the mote and I look at it and I'm like, wow, it's kind of sparkly. And I'm like holding it up to the light and watching all the
it came from the queen herself.
Ooh.
She picked them out over the last week.
And it's like I'm just watching this shimmer and this glimmer. I'm like, I wonder if I could. And I'm just like holding it up and kind of trying to get.
You see Henrietta reaches out and just kind of lowers your hand with the moat. She says, "You do need to keep that safe."
Oh yes, of course. And I tuck it into like my little like pouch that I have. It's like, Henrietta, is there anything left or should I go get ready for the festival?
You should get ready because if you are not chosen, you will of course be a part of the ritual. We have to bless the two that are chosen for their journey, and we will be required in our formal garb. So.
Oh, I think I've been practicing.
Oh, I know. I'm sure you will do wonderfully, but it will only be after the choosing.
Well, I have a special ceremony that I prepared. I'm ready to go.
Did you now? What have you been practicing, Romy? She chuckles a little bit.
I have a I came up with a new dance.
She nods
Nice.
with a smile, a knowing smile.
And I found if I do something certain with my arms, that I can rub them together, and it kind of makes like an interesting noise. That I noticed that I get some good magic off of it that way. I think.
And just remember now, calm is a practice discipline. The rubbing of your arms together is not where the magic comes from. But if that's what you need to make it work, then hey, I'm just Henrietta the cockroach.
Yeah. So far that's what's working for me. I'm trying.
And I'm very proud of you. You have been nothing but a wonderful student. Really, a breath of fresh air to us. Look at me, I'm an old cockroach. Anyway,
Thanks,
no,
Henrietta.
I think that's everything. I do wish that you would make sure to arrive on time to the ceremony so that you are there for the choosing. It's just putting it out there.
Of course, I can do that. Wait,
It's right at sunset. Yep, that's when it will start. And then...
Okay, yeah, I knew that.
Okay, yep. And that's all. Romy, thank you. Wonderful job today. And the rest of the afternoon is yours.
Thanks, Henrietta. And I think that
Just totally
Romy, she's captured all of the pollen. She's done her job. She's twisting the lid together, putting it into her little purse. And then she just starts skipping down the hallway. Those little beads are really swinging. It's got a new rhythm now. She's got like a clack, clack. And then she flutters her wings out, gets a little bit of a flight hop going, and then bounces back down, does a little twirl, and then skip. She's got this huge dance maneuver that she's doing as she's kind of sort of straight pathing it back to her room.
The image of a mantis skipping is very elaborate in my head, and
It's
I like that.
wing assisted, the little wing hop. Skip,
Yeah.
hop, skip. And it's just creating that new beads swing way out because she's got that long beaded kind of shirt. So they swing way out to the side every time she's kind of
We'll say as you're moving along, dancing along, you are starting to pass by the celebratory decorations being set up. People are coming in. The King Boolin mentioned that there was a envoy from the Beetle Kingdom here. You start seeing other creatures from other places. There's other cities in the forest.
Yes.
But Bloomhaven is this protected kingdom, and there are people coming from all over to join in. You see butterfly dancers. You see pixie illusionists performing. You see just a whole chariot, or not chariot, wagon being pulled by roly-polies that these two pixies come out, and as soon as they park, the roly-polies get out from under there and take the pixies' hands, and they go off. It's like the whole world is just full of this mixture of crazy stuff. You see these beetle musicians starting to play. You see food vendors being set up. You even see some little less common, but you see the occasional small spider, and they are visiting and selling spider silk decorations and things like that. You see the exchange of seeds, the exchange of pollen dust that would work as currency here, or favors, or things of that nature.
Also, the first thing that came to mind when you said spider web decorations was like a spider web dream catcher.
There you go.
Which is like, that's the very first thing as they
like
would be
it.
selling that I thought.
I think you see as I'm going back to my space and I'm skipping and hopping, my attention is on everything. I am looking, I see everything that's happening, but I notice like somebody trying to reach a little extra hard for like putting up a banner, and you just see a little magic kind of like wind gust come up to help tuck up a little bit into kind of like use of that mage hand in a like a whoosh sort of thing to help lift up that little extra side of the banner. And I'm, giving somebody a little hum and a tap for a guidance, for a little bit of extra strength as they're pushing on through. I'm helping as I go, just being part of an order that's out meant to help with the aspect of death. I'm also being me, being Romy, very interested in the aspect of life and helping people out along the way. So I'm focused. I'm humming to myself. I've got a little dance going.
I think
but
a lot of people are like, thanks,
thing-
Romy. Like, everyone is used to this. You don't really see any other mantises. You are kind of unique in this world of Bloomhaven. But yes, everyone's like, hi, Romy, as you pass along. And there's like little kids that run up and wait for you to like cast light on them or whatever. And they go wander off and
with this
sparkle.
big bright butt.
Yeah. And we'll say that there's like some mushroom lanterns around, and occasionally you're making one of them glow specially. You see families celebrating together. And as the day moves along, Polly, from your very stoic room of Snailerai.
In the Snailerai barracks, I think
exactly. Do you not think you have like a house? You just sleep?
I don't think Polly has a house. I think if anything, I feel like Polly would be more of the type to maybe in these times when there are visitors from other kingdoms here, perhaps I would move out of the barracks to make way for some more any of our extra soldiers that need to come in or anything like that. And I actually think Polly would have built himself a small like grass and stick woven shelter just outside the fort that has my various leaves full of haikus written on them.
You have a little library.
Yeah. I have a little like shelf system here for all of my things. I have a little mushroom lantern set up over a small table, and my hat hanging on a wall. And this is where Polly would stay for the duration of these events.
Well, you can't stay in there during the events. You have
I
to
know.
go to the ceremony.
I know, but I mean like in terms
until it's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. You are taking the moment to be calm in your own little present space. We'll say that the barracks is quite quiet at this point too, because everyone's off. Everyone else is off.
Yeah.
Maybe at their homes, maybe at wherever, but not Polly.
No.
Polly is always ready, always prepared.
As one must be.
As one must be. The way of the spiral path never has an end.
No.
That sounds fun. The sun starts to get low in the sky. Polly, you know that it's time to begin moving towards the ceremony. Romy, same. You're probably already there. I don't know, but you guys.
Romy made a promise to be there on time. She's there really early.
She just went immediately,
Yeah.
like during setup. You can't be late if you're already there. I like that. So then you really saw all the stuff set up. There's lots of there's a honey nectar cart nearby selling little honey nectar things. There's
It
little
definitely probably
plant-
had a few too many of those. It's like sticky sweet in my mouth right now, and I'm like got a little bit of a jitter buzz.
Extra sugar high.
Yeah.
I like it. There's like streamers going up of things. You see like little sap lanterns and all sorts of fun, beautiful stuff. The music starts to play. Beetles scratching their wings together. Little
the grass trumpets.
the grass trumpets, yeah. Little mushroom cap drums, things like that. As the sort of warm, hopeful, lively music starts to play and fill up Bloomhaven. As the light begins to dim, the fox. Oh, is Polly's donning the hat?
Yeah, Polly redons his hat and takes his grass blade. I put on a little necklace that I have with a little seed tied to the end. You get a little bit fancy for the ceremony. And I would like to scooch my way towards this main celebration.
Scooching on along. As the light begins to dim here, you pass by people from other kingdoms. There's a lot of excitement about this. This is something that happens only once every 12 seasons. So the festival is citywide. It is almost forest-wide. People coming from all over to celebrate the Acorn Accord, the Golden Spring. This very, very ancient thing of why Bloomhaven exists and why it still stands protected. You guys see Foxglove Tower starts to glow. Soft pixie lights inside each of the purple flowers going all the way down create the glow for the whole city, and you make your way into this festival. There's all sorts of crazy stuff happening. Like I said, there's food, there's seed tosses, there's guessing how many spots are on the ladybug, there's spider silk climbing walls, things like that. If there's anything you guys would like to do, you're welcome to, but we can get into this if you like. If there's anything you want to purchase or have, we'll assume you have money. You are not new people. I don't think we mentioned this, but you guys are both level 6.
Yes.
We're coming into this campaign having assumed you are
experienced.
Yes.
I think Romy, since she was so focused on being here early so as to not be late, that she's been helping set up all of the booths and helping them kind of like practice what to do. So like guessing the spots on the ladybug, it's like, no, you need to move more so that they can't stop and count you. There you go.
Helping rig the games.
and drinking one too many like nectar things. She's spent a lot of money because she's just out there kind of helping everybody out, but that also means to help people out, you're helping them by purchasing things.
You're the type of person who tips too much.
yeah, I'm definitely keep the change. And just helping them set up the booth. And so lots of nectar, talking through the games, little youngsters, getting them up there to get them to play. Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, you only were allowed to play one game? And then I'm pulling things out of my pocket to slide them and says, don't tell your mother. So just kind of helping
Romy.
along. Yeah,
lots of like, hi, Romy. Everybody knows you. You are very knowable and noticeable in a crowd.
Yeah, big, tall compared to
a
lot of the other bugs. I stand out. I'm vibrant.
You're loud.
Clacky, loud, and vibrant personality.
And very moving.
I think similarly, Polly, you start coming in and people notice you as well. But it's more of a hushed reverence when it comes to Polly. Like, oh, is that Polly the Mighty? Like, oh, I heard they killed 400 thrushes in one sitting. And I heard that they rode on the back of a eagle and fought against it's all stuff that did not happen at all, but
the tall tales,
lots of tall tales, especially the young ones really like to emphasize what they think Polly the Mighty has done.
I think I have grown used to the tall tales. I have endured many seasons of this attention for things I did not do. It sort of comes with the position, but I think Polly scooches through the crowd. I think perhaps he goes to, get a singular drink at one of these nectar stalls and perhaps gives a small wave to a few of his fellow fellow recruits, fellow Snailerai.
Yeah, I like to think the kids who
around.
are your recruits, like they're running around playing. Like one of them's probably just grabbed something from Romy to like play an extra game, and then they see you and they stand up straight and they give you like the little snail salute.
I salute back.
And we'll even say like when you swing into this like nectar place, I like to think that they're just because I imagine like samurai and stuff.
Yeah.
I like to think you have kind of a almost like ceremonial flask of thing that you carry, and
Yeah.
there's like the standard guy who's like, "Oh hey Polly, I got your stuff right here," and he hands you the ceremonial honey nectar sap bottle.
Thanks, Jack. Always good to have you.
That's what I'm here for, selling nectar, being cool.
What is Jack, do you think?
What do you think he is?
Selling nectar? I feel like...
My brain went to like an old kind of chubby bumblebee.
Yeah.
I don't know why. With pixie legs
Nice.
and an eye patch.
And an eye patch.
Yep, that's him.
The eye patch, no one truly knows whether or not his one of his eyes is actually
The
messed
hob
up for
thing.
the eye patch. He just wears it.
Yeah, he's like, it sells better. And they think this way. And
can
you
respect
guys
that.
start to make your way in to Foxglove Tower, and pretty soon you hear the loud grass horn calling. And everyone starts gathering around Foxglove Tower. There's a huge courtyard in front. There's flowers everywhere. There's vines growing up and everything. Pixies floating around, springing new flowers up out of the ground, and druid crafting things. And you have this kind of almost like celestial star look above as all of these pixie sparkles are just dancing around in the sky above as the pixies fly back and forth.
I have stored my pollen moat under my hat.
Okay.
I would just like to...
Yes. You'd like to say, okay.
I would like to make that statement.
And pretty soon, a hush follows as King Boolin steps out from Foxglove Tower on this lower podium with Queen Sparklewing at his side. And she starts to fly away, and she starts to create a spiral of pixie dust. And some of her other pixies follow suit, and pretty soon there's like a conga line of pixies. Not enough to get everybody to float, but we'll say everybody's mood feels a little bit lighter as the pixie dust starts to fall. And King Boolin, this elderly snail wearing his robe, still having that grass blade at his side as he does, steps forward, raises his little tendrily hands just like Polly has. And he speaks through amplified voice to the whole city of Bloomhaven. My friends, we gather here to celebrate another golden spring, and everybody cheers with excitement.
I applaud. I do not cheer, but I do applaud.
You do applaud. And he says, we are here not just to celebrate the starting of a new era, but to remember, of course, to remember the Acorn Accord and the history of our lovely city. I greet all our guests from other places. I gather you all up to let you hear the tale of how Bloomhaven started. Long before there were Snailerai, before Bloomhaven even existed, there was me. And he pulls off his robe, and he sets his grass blade down on the ground, pulls off his crown, and he is just a snail. No adornment. And he even sucks his little arms in to his body. Simply a young snail who was traveling through the forest, enjoying an afternoon, when I happened upon combat. And pretty soon, the tech team, like, there's a bird suddenly flying around up above the king, and they're totally doing, like, a whole little performance thing. And Queen Sparklewing leaves the conga line. The conga line still keeps going, but she comes down, and she lays on the ground, and she's like, oh, no. I'm stuck. Help me. And they're reenacting this thing. And he says, when the Thrush King had descended from the canopy to claim young Sparklewing. And she's like, no. And this bird flies down and goes to grab her. And he says, I was but a snail. I had no arms. I had no magic. But I had something no one expected. And I thought to myself, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And I snagged up the nearest blade of grass I could find, and he picks out his grass blade and unsheathes it and holds it aloft. I coiled my body, and I sprung forward with speed. A lifetime of patient steps, waiting for this moment. In a desperate burst, I leapt between them, and scared the beast off with my grass blade, saving Sparklewing. And she comes up, she's like, oh, thank you, yay!
I think Romy's in the audience with her little pincer arms clasped in front of her, eyes all wide and just totally enamored with the story.
And when I first laid eyes on my beautiful queen, we fell in love immediately. And she and they swirl together, and as they come together and hold each other and swirl, she pixie dusts lifts him up in the air.
Aww.
And as they settle back down onto the stage, he pulls out his grass blade again and he says, and with our love, a magic combined, courage and bravery and friendship that forever changed the world. And he holds the grass blade and it's glowing with pixie magic. And his little arms come out, right? And he says, but of course, Sparklewing's magic became entwined in our people. Our pixie brethren and bug brethren came together, but that was not enough. The thrushes were mad. The Thrush King had been defeated in combat, and this led to the Beak Brigade Wars. And everyone's like, and all these birds start swirling around above the crowd, these fake birds.
I just look up at the roofs of various buildings and the sides of trees where our grasshopper tech team is stationed, and I just give a nod. Mm-hmm. They've improved since last time.
Make a perception check.
Oh, I've rolled 2 7s this session.
Okay.
Hang on. That is a 9.
Awesome. He says, but as the thrushes descended on our people that we had started this town, we had no protection. We had no way to survive. But luckily for us, there was a frenemy? What do they say? The friend? No, what is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. We were approached by Mama Tula, and the crowd goes quiet. And some of the spiders
clasp of hands goes to her cheeks instead.
And some of the spiders you hear cheering. And cast on the wall behind them is this shadowed massive tarantula. Mama Tula of the forest, an ancient being, came to us because she too, her people too, beset upon by the thrushes. I did look this up. Thrushes eat spiders and snails and other bugs, so they're the big bads. Mama Tula had offered us an accord. She, looking for the powers of foresight, looking for the blessing of pixie magic, would create a protection for Bloomhaven, provided that every 12 seasons we brought to her the dew of the golden spring, the first drop of dew. And he points up to the foxglove tower, and one of the very tip-top foxgloves, as the night sets, starts to condensate and create this little spot. And this little droplet gathers up and starts to fall. And the pixies in their little conga line go up and they start going around it, and the dewdrop, as it falls, slowly twists and circles together and becomes infused with this golden light. And this drop that was just a little droplet of clear liquid, by the time it comes down past all these foxglove towers, past the pixies, has become this golden orb of dewdrop. And he says, and in return for this gift of foresight and gift of the blessing of the forest, her great web would shield us from the hungry eyes of the Thrush King and his Beak Brigade. And as he reaches out his hand, Sparklewing grabs the dewdrop, and they come together, and they're both holding it together. And he says, tonight, as generations have done before us, we will honor that promise once again. And we'll say this little, these 2 ants come out with a little acorn, hollowed out acorn, that's the perfect size of this little dewdrop, and they hold it up underneath. And he says, thank you. And he places the dewdrop into this acorn shell, and they grab a little acorn cap, and they put it on top.
Cute.
And Sparklewing starts to cast her magic around it, and soon there's a strap and a little satchel
Oh.
And the king holds it up and he says, "Now, of course, the moment you've all been waiting for. Moats, please."
I
And
reach under my hat and pull out this floating mote of pollen.
Romy's like looking around and sees everybody, and she goes, "Oh yeah," and gets into her pouch and pulls it out, and she's holding it in her little hands together and kind of in front of her.
and the king says, "Of course, the acorn accord cannot be completed by many, but by a pair." And he gestures to Sparklewing. "The original golden accord, of course, honored by myself and Sparklewing, traveled to Mamatula, deep into her parts of the forest, and delivered this to her. So now, every 12 seasons, we pick 2 of our most capable, our most bright, our most promising adventurers to continue this ceremony, to continue this path." And he looks at his queen, he says, "My dear." And she says, "Yes, of course." And suddenly from Foxglove Tower, as she points her hand up and shoots a little sparkle into the air, you see stepping out from almost every one of these flowers, not all of them, because not that many have passed, but you see probably a dozen, maybe 24 people, or bugs, of varying looks. These are the past chosen for the acorn accord. You see a dung beetle, you see a stag beetle, you see some ants, you see a leafhopper, grasshopper, you see all these little bugs come out, and they're all holding various motes, and there are basically twins to the motes that you guys are holding.
Oh.
And somewhere in this cloud of motes that's about to be released are the twins of the ones you guys are holding, and Queen Sparklewing herself is going to fly up and choose 2. And so the king gestures, and suddenly these past acorn accord travelers who have done this journey before start to throw these motes out into the sky, and they start to drift away from Foxglove Tower,
They float around.
fill the sky, and this conga line swirl that the pixies have created creates this kind of tornado of motes as they start to swirl above the crowd. Everyone's hooing and awing, and everyone's got their motes together. And Queen Sparklewing shoots up into the middle of the tornado, and she just starts casually flying around. She looks at one for a little bit and then moves on. She does a little spin, and eventually she grabs 2 motes, flies back down to the stage, and the king steps back and she holds them up and she says, "And 2 are 2 chosen. We wish you the best of luck to honor the accord and to preserve our way of life." And she lights up her hands, and 2 motes in her hands glow. And Polly and Romy, you see that the motes that you are holding begin to glow a soft golden light. The people around you have hushed whispers, and your name starts getting talked about.
Romy's so busy looking at everybody else's motes and everybody's hands, looking for the ones that are glowing. And she sees Polly across the way with a glowing one, and is like, "Woo, the snailer eye." And then she's looking around and looking around and looking around, and suddenly she hears her name. And she goes, she has little eyebrows, I guess, right? Little eyes furrow, and she looks down.
What are you saying?
I am, when you saw me, I was looking down, but now you feel my stalk eyes also looking at you from across
I like to
the
think
crowd.
Henrietta steps up at that moment and she says, "Well, Romy, that's you."
And I look down at my moat and I go, oh, okay. Yeah, I've got this. And I start kind of just dancing my way forward.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yes.
I start scooting forward.
Yeah, you guys come to the stage, and the king welcomes you up, and the queen welcomes you up. And she takes the motes from you, and she goes off to do a little something. And the king gestures forward, and he says, "Are 2 chosen, one of my own, the snailerai, Polly the mighty.
I give a small bow towards the audience.
Known for dealing with Old Man Croak. Perhaps you have all heard the tale." And everyone starts hush whispers and everything like that.
I give him a small side eye, and then I just stare back at the crowd.
No description. And of course, Romy, the orchid mantis, known for her love of life and her skill in the arts of life and death. Henrietta's star pupil, and a bit of a star of the town, am I right? And everyone's like, Romy, yay!
Romeo's just got this big old smile. She's not phased, just surprised. So she's up there and she just kind of gives everybody a little wave, big grin.
Yeah, and the king says, and these two will be ready for their journey tomorrow, but that is for tomorrow. For tonight, we celebrate! And the crowd goes wild. Pollen motes flow in the air because they're not needed anymore. They swirl around and everybody gets going to the music and whatnot. The king gestures you over, and the queen has turned around and she's taken your motes and she's created a little backpack.
Oh.
And in this little backpack is a temporary use pixie wing feather fall type thing made of Samara wings.
Oh.
Those little things.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she hands them to you and she says, these in case you need them, but we will need them right away, first thing in the morning, for your descent into the forest.
Polly takes the backpack and straps it to his shell. And I look over at Romy, who I have perhaps not met in person before,
You've
but
definitely
have heard.
I think you've met.
Yeah.
I just think you don't
Not
travel in the same circles.
Yeah.
So
I look over at Romy, and I give you a nod, and I turn back to the king and queen and say, it is an honor to be chosen. Yes, tomorrow. Any further preparations needed?
well, and the king puts his little tendril arm on your shoulder. He says, well, Polly, part of the deal is you don't get to know. And that is the beauty of the challenge before you. And he puts his hand on Romy as well, and he says, and young Romy, likewise, prepare yourself mentally. And he kind of squeezes you both together so that you're next to each other. Prepare yourself as a team, but mostly celebrate. You don't have to worry about it till tomorrow.
I think Romy chuckles and she's like, well, I was prepared to do this for somebody else, but I guess there's at least one somebody else still. And so she just spins really quickly around Polly. Big old, just lots of movement. She
Everybody
just does a little
steps back.
spin.
You see
Her little-
Henrietta move the king and queen back and be like, she knows what she's doing.
my big pincer arms come up above me, and I'm rubbing them together. They're creating kind of like this little hum, and it creates like a little glowing ball.
I think Polly, knowing that Romy is far too fast for me to be able to turn to follow her in her circle, I think I just sit here in the middle, and I am watching with interest what she will do.
Your little eye stalks.
Yeah, my little eye stalks are turning around, and I am just like, this is new.
Yeah, a big whirling wing skirt kind of coming out, so you get that flash of blue, green, and then pink on either side as she's got her little arms that she's rubbing together, and it creates kind of this glowing orb above her, and she brings it on down and cups your little snail cheeks and says, whoop, there you go. And you just feel a little advantage on charisma checks for you this evening. This is just a little enhanceability kind of like thing, as she was all prepared to give this to somebody else, and well, it was meant for two somebodies, but I can only give it to just one. So cup your little cheeks.
I think Polly's face just squishes in when she does that and splooshes back out, and I say, thank you for that. Romy, I suppose we should have a formal introduction now that we are to go on this pilgrimage together. Polly, and I hold out a tendril.
Formal. We don't need formal, Polly. I know all about you. I shake Polly's little tendril arm and say, let's go find some of that nectar. That sounds real good.
Henrietta hollers at you as you drag Polly away, don't forget about the ceremony later. You do have to be there for that too.
Henrietta, time. I need time.
I'll find you. It's fine.
Sounds great.
And you see Henrietta and the king and Sparklewing all are having talks about their two chosen future ones. You guys head off and join the celebration. No one will let you at this point not celebrate.
No.
You are pulled into dances. You are pulled into musical performances. You are pulled into games where you toss seeds and everything. And everyone's like, yay, to Romy and Polly. Like, it would be hard to get away from this party at this point.
Romy's all about it. She's just kind of feels like she's sucking in this energy from just all of this exuberance, all of this life. She's just really flush with enjoyment as she's dancing with everybody that will do anything with her, passing off more nectar to here, Polly, here, drink more.
I think Polly lets himself, relax. I'm usually very militaristic in terms of training the recruits and my duty as a snailerai, and so I think I do let myself go a little bit. I do refuse several of the drinks that Romy tries to hand me as I am trying to stay. I just say, I'm sorry, I don't drink that much.
Too much sugar make your belly feel not so great. It does for me too, but I just can't help myself.
Well, more for you then. And I think Polly would be going through some of these games, going through some of these dances with Romy by his side and just being like, okay, this is happening now. And I'm okay with that.
Is there face painting?
Sure.
Oh, no. I totally want to paint like a little snailerai and a big mantis on Polly's shell.
I love that. Make a performance check, please.
Yes. That's a 17.
Nice. It's really good.
Yeah, I think Polly was about to protest the extra decorum, and then I look at it and just go, "Oh, well done. I wasn't aware of your artistic talents."
I try.
As you're just like finger painting with
and humming along while I do it. Just everything so cheerful. This is fun. This is great.
Yeah. We'll say the night starts to close. People start saying goodbye. The festival starts to wind down. And pretty soon you find yourselves gestured off towards a withered willow nearby.
Oh.
The withered willow where once upon a time King Boolin saved Queen Sparklewing from the Thrush King. And you see a horde of cockroaches part for you as you enter into the circle of these cockroach clerics, the fallen leaf, or last leaf order here. And in the middle, the king and queen themselves. She is holding the acorn dewdrop. And we'll say she reaches forward and hands it to whoever wants to hold on to it for now. Still nighttime, by the way. This is something you're going to be dealing with in the morning, but for now, you get the blessing.
I think Polly would reach out a tendril and grasp the acorn, and
the soft glow at nighttime too. You can see it peeking through the lid a little bit. This glowing dewdrop.
I think this might be because Polly is focused on approaching the ceremony, and Romy's busy saying hi to all of her cockroaches.
Yeah, like all of your sisters and brothers in the cockroach order. Yeah.
Hey guys, how's it going? I know, I'm shocked too.
I like to think you get stuck talking to people, and Henrietta's like, Romy, gotta get to the front. You're the one in the spotlight tonight.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Nah, it's time.
Oh, okay.
The king, again, he puts his little tendril arms on both of you, and he says, now remember, the accord is not merely a promise to Mama Tula. It's the promise that every child, every bug, every pixie will get to dance beneath the protection of this city on nights like tonight. You carry our tomorrow with this journey. No pressure.
Polly
that's just so poetic.
Thank you. I've been practicing it for 12 seasons.
Polly just takes a deep breath in and nods. As being poetic is one of the requirements of being a snailerai, and having worked with the king several times before, I just give a nod of understanding and look over to Romy. And I think I hold out the acorn between us and say, no pressure.
Oh, none taken?
I love that. And all the cockroaches start to clatter together. You recognize this ceremony you were going to be a part of, but now you are the central person of. King and Queen step back and they join with the cockroaches. And pretty soon an aura of magic starts to swirl around both of you. This blessing sets upon you as all the cockroaches, this Order of the Last Leaf, perform this dedication to you. So, for the next 24 hours, you guys will have 2 luck dice you can use as you feel this imbuement of power set upon you. And so basically for the first day of journey, you will have the ability to re-roll anything you like twice.
Cool.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
That's fun.
And they wish you the best of luck. We say you guys are set up, maybe there's a tent underneath old withered willow here, or willowed willow, and you can sleep under the soft light of Bloomhaven, preparing for your journey. And as we zoom away from Bloomhaven, we go up through the trees, we pass through the webs, and just on the other side of the webs, we can see that these tarantula magic powers are starting to weaken. We can see that the webs are starting to break and fall apart. It has been 12 seasons. Mama Tula must have the magic, must have the golden spring nectar dewdrop to renew these things. And through the web, we see the beaded eye of a thrush looking down to Bloomhaven, just waiting for the moment to be able to strike. And that's where we're going to end episode 1 of Bloomhaven. What'd you guys think?
I liked that. I liked that a lot. The world building is very fun.
I just wanted to be a bug.
Well, good. I am glad. Sweet. We will start the next episode with you guys getting prepped for your journey.
All right.
Thank you all for joining us for a new campaign. Hopefully you guys are excited to see where Polly and Romy take us over the next little bit. Feel free to send more names. I used 2 of them this episode. That was great. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good time. That's all.
And we'll see you guys next week.
We will see you next week in Bloomhaven and on
Dad?
Adventurous.
We did it perfectly.
Yep, that was great.